The secret Israeli tank has shocked Hamas, Iran, Russia and China. Since the Palestinian Islamic Resistance Movement, Hamas launched an attack on Israel and forced the Israeli government to respond, everyone has been talking about the firepower that Israel Defense Force relishes, that has been making the headlines, arguably enviable by Russia, China and Iran, and even the Hamas themselves, is the Merkava. The Merkava is not a new main battle tank, at least not for the Israeli Defense Force. This MBT has been the IDF's battle backbone, especially for its special faction, the Armored Corp. The IDF has used the Merkava in the past during 1982 and 2006 Lebanon War, the first and second Intifada, the South Lebanon conflict, the 2006 Operation Cast Lead, and the 2014 Operation Protective Edge. So, following the success the Merkava has enjoyed in the past, it doesn't surprise that the IDF is using it to combat Hamas in Gaza in 2023. The war is still ongoing, which is quite unfortunate, and the Merkava is proving its dominance each day. That brings us to the question, why is the Merkava so effective? Well, to answer that, let me review its various variants. Merkava variants. The Merkava MBT is currently on its 5th edition. The Merkava Mark V, also known as the Merkava Mark V Barak or Lightning. Let me break down all the 5 variants for you. 1. Merkava Mark I. The Merkava Mark I was first unveiled in 1971 and was employed up to 2014. This is the MBT that the IDF used in 1982 in 2006 wars, the first and second Intifada and the South Lebanon conflict. During its service years, 250 units were made, each accommodating a 4-member crew. The crew included the tank commander, gunner, driver and loader. Its armor was characterized by welded and cast steel. The Merkava Mark I weighed 61 tons, the least weight in the series, and measured 8.3 meters from the rear to the muzzle and 7.45 meters without the gun. Its width was 3.79 meters while its height was 2.65 meters. The Merkava Mark I would accelerate from 0 to 32 kilometers per hour within 15 seconds, which is fast for a main battle tank. Its maximum road speed, however, was only 29 miles per hour or 46 km per hour, and it enjoyed an operation range of 250 to 310 miles. The Merkava Mark I had a ground clearance of 0.53 meters, slightly higher than the Merkava V, and featured a 900-liter fuel tank and a 53 to 62 round ammunition capacity. 2. Merkava Mark II. The Merkava Mark II first graced the battlefront in 1983 and was used alongside the Mark I. It hasn't, however, been used in active service since 2020. The IDF used this MBT alongside Mark I during the first and second Intifada, the 2006 Lebanon War, the South Lebanon conflict, and the 2014 Gaza War. 580 units were produced during its service years, thus slightly more than the Mark I. The Mark II also weighed somewhat more than the Mark I, 62 tons. However, it measured the same length, width and height as the Mark I and enjoyed a similar crew capacity. What's more, there weren't any changes in the armor as it was also characterized by welded and cast steel, and like the Mark I, it enjoyed an ammunition capacity of 53 to 62 rounds. Acceleration-wise, the Mark II was slightly faster, dashing from 0 to 32 km per hour in 13 seconds, and its top speed on the road was 34 miles per hour, somewhat higher than that of Mark I. But like the Mark I, it enjoyed a 900-liter fuel capacity and 250 to 310 mile operation range. Wait a minute, I know you're enjoying this video. What about you give me a thumbs up by liking it, then subscribe and hit the notification bell for the latest epic videos. Let's continue. Number 3. Merkava Mark III. The Merkava Mark III was produced between 1990 and 2000 and actively used up to 2016. Overall, the Mark III has more upgrades than its predecessors. For example, the powertrain electronic systems and ornamental are much improved. Its most prominent addition is the locally assembled IMI 120mm gun, whose firepower was like nothing the IDF has seen before. its diesel engine is much improved, claiming a maximum horsepower of 1200 HP. You must love its re-engineered turret, which can track a target irrespective of the MBT's movement. The IDF also employed the Merkava Mark III during the 2006 Lebanon conflict, the South Lebanon conflict, the 2014 Israel-Gaza conflict, the Second Intifada, and the Operation Protective Edge. There are reasons to also believe that the MBT is also used in the ongoing Hamas-Israel war. Between 1990 and 2002, 780 units of the Mark III were made, and each unit weighs 63.5 tons, thus slightly heavier than the Mark II and Mark I. While Mark III has the same width as the Mark I and Mark II, it is slightly longer at 9.04 meters from the rear to the muzzle and 7.6 meters without the gun. The height difference is only marginal, and so is the ground clearance. Unlike Mark I and Mark II, whose armor was welded and cast steel, Mark III's armor is steel frame without the modular composite, thus very robust. Mark III enjoys an ammunition capacity of 46 rounds, which is smaller than previous editions, but 5 rounds are ready for firing in a safe mechanical drum. The MBT has a better acceleration and can race from 0 to 32 km per hour within 10 seconds, and its top speed is also higher at 37 miles per hour. Furthermore, it has a much larger fuel capacity, standing at 1,100 liters and an average operation range of 310 miles. 4. Merkava Mark IV. The IDF started using the Merkava IV in 2004, while other Merkava variants were in operation, and there are reasons to believe that this variant has never gone out of service despite the unveiling of the Merkava V. In the past, the IDF used the Merkava IV during the 2006 war, the 2014 Israel-Gaza conflict, and Operation Protective Edge. So far, only 360 units of the Merkava IV have been produced, and each unit averages 65 tons, which makes them heavier than the preceding variants. Lengthwise, the Merkava IV is as long as the Merkava III, but it's wider by about 20 centimeters. This MTB has a 4 crew capacity and enjoys the same steel frame armor construction of the Mark III. It relishes an ammunition capacity of 48 rounds, with 10 ready for firing in an electrical drum, so this is a noticeable improvement of the Mark III. Another improvement you'll notice is its speed. Despite its vast size, the MTB claims a top speed of 40 miles per hour and can accelerate from 0 to 32 kilometers per hour in under 30 seconds. Moreover, it has a much bigger fuel capacity at 1,400 liters and enjoys an operative range of 310 miles, similar to the Mark III. Number 5. Merkava Mark V. The Merkava Mark V, also known as the Merkava V Barak or Lightning, is the most recent addition to the Merkava lineup. So you expect it to be the most advanced and most widely used in the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. The Merkava Mark V has an advanced 360-degree day-night camera that gives the crew more situational awareness. The tank commander wears a fighter jet pilot-like helmet with a 360 high-resolution photo scanning capability and one that employs AI to overcome visibility challenges and improve the mission's effectiveness. This Elbit developed camera is like nothing the IDF has used before. The Merkava V Barak can also intercept cruise missiles and drones which previous MTBs were not equipped to do. The Merkava V Barak uses radar detection technology to identify incoming missiles, predict their trajectory, and divert them. Inside the MBT is a state-of-the-art high-resolution touchscreen that provides the crew with relevant information. Thus, they can engage the enemy in combat while the tank is fully enclosed. Moreover, the tank's Elbit firing control system allows more precise attacks in motion and stationary at any time of day or night. Merkava derivatives. Having looked at the 5 Merkava variants, it's only fitting that I also briefly walk you through some of the derivations of the Merkava that the IDF has been using in the urban warfare. We're talking about the following: Merkava LIC, Merkava Turbulence, Merkava IFV Namir, Merkava ARV Namira, Merkava Howitzer Shalef. The Merkava LIC. The Merkava LIC is a derivative of the Merkava IV tank, and it's more applicable to inner city street-to-street warfare. The Merkava Ambulance, on the other hand, is a Merkava fitted with ambulance capability. Its cabin area allows the carrying of up to 2 injured personnel on the stretcher and features several emergency medical support supplies. Meanwhile, the IFV Namir is another Mark IV-derived Merkava that serves as an infantry fighting vehicle. It enjoys a powerful Samsung remote-controlled weapon station. The ARV Namira is another armored recovery vehicle derived from Mark III or Mark IV. It can tow disabled MBTs and carry a backup power pack for the Merkava. Lastly, the Howitzer Sholev is a heavily armored tanker derived from the Merkava Mk1. Now, you know more about the Merkava and why this main battle tank has been so successful for the IDF. Here is another video on the top 5 Israeli Defense Force vehicles currently used to combat Hamas on the Gaza war strip. See you there.